Top of the Spanish league. This would represent a very good draw for Rijeka, but they're not there yet. And Bautista buries their hopes of a point.
Against an in-form Napoli who picked a strong side as well. At the Stadio San Paolo it finishes Napoli 0, AZ 1.
But Rijeka still looking for their first point in the group. That is enough, and they celebrate like it's a win.
Fabian Ruiz played it down the right-hand side. Mertens onside. Bruno Martins Indy didn't get there, and it's an instinctive finish. The perfect ball in behind. Mertens reacting the quickest. Mitschia's corner. Cantu. Lloyd a long one to Kottliners, and it's gone all the way through. But it's hit the defender. It's gone in. He's onside, and it counts. That is it in Alkmaar. It's finished. AZ 2, Napoli 2. And finished AZ 1, Napoli 1.
And Group F in the UEFA Europa League has tightened right up now.
And leave it all to play for on match day 6.
And welcome, benvenuti tifosi, to another edition of the Raf and Raf Rant. I'm Raf.
And I'm Raf.
And this is the Raf and Raf Rant. I said that already. All right. Well, I'm Raf Rispo, and that's Raf Bizarro coming to you live today. And we are excited about today because we're coming off a really nice win for Napoli yesterday, 2-1 against Sampdoria.
Big weekend.
And Ralph, you know, we did the job. We got it done. We were down in the first half. We came back in the second. Gattuso made all the right moves. He was locked and loaded, and you know, everybody performed the way they should have in the second half. We come away with the first official match, Serie A match anyway, at the newly named, formerly known as the Stadio San Paolo, but now known as the Diego Armando Maradona.
AKA the Maradona.
Yeah, we're gonna have to shorten that a little bit. The Maradona,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Or the
Maradona.
Diego, or the Diego, or
the
the Dam.
Maradona.
The Dam.
The Dam? No, not the
Right.
Dam. I don't want to be
not the Dam. No,
No, I like no.
Go to the Dam Stadio. You know,
We got enough problems.
Yeah, you're right. But
Yeah,
anyway,
at the Maradona.
At the Maradona. So Napoli win 2-1. Yankto scores in the first half. Lozano comes in, scores on a nice assist by Mertens, who is now the leader of assists in Serie A. Lozano gets his 6th league goal. And Petagna comes in and scores.
Yes.
And gets his 3rd league goal of the season, all 3 off of the bench. And 2 of those 3 game winners. One against Benevento, one yesterday against Sampdoria, Raf.
Yeah, stock going up. And to his credit, you know, after he scored that goal, we all saw he went right over to Gattuso, gave him a big hug. And interestingly enough, he had reported that day, I read that, you know, he was really kind of down and out when he played, I believe when he played in Milan. And he was thinking about quitting soccer. And Gattuso just reinstilled this new confidence in him. And, you know, now he's getting game winners. And the fact that Gattuso threw him on the 45th minute, he even told Chucky, I believe, he told Lozano, he's like, Lozano, go out there and tie this game. And when he did, Lozano went back to Gattuso and said, mission accomplished, mister. So
that's it.
Shout out to those 2 guys, man. So
that's it.
Shout out to Gattuso for giving these guys a newfound confidence. So
absolutely. So that is going to bring us to 23 points for 3rd in the league, along with Juventus. They also won their match yesterday, 3-1 against Genoa. 2 penalties from Ronaldo and a goal by Dybala. You know, surprise, 2 penalties from Ronaldo. Yeah. But that coupled with Inter's win, another come from behind win, 3-1 also. And also Milan. Now, Milan actually dropped points for the 2nd time this season. Milan being down 2-0 comes back and ties it 2-2 and you know gets points from, gets a point, at least salvages a point. But that's twice where they blew. They went down 2-0, but they showed their worth, I think, and came back. If they had a couple more minutes, they might have gotten
They
a winner.
showed their worth / Genoa showing how they can botch a lead at the end with that. That defense kind of handed it. Well, no, I believe that was Juve. My mistake. Genoa. The Milan game, it was an unlucky bounce. Sorry, I'm getting my games confused, but it was just an unlucky bounce in the 92nd minute, and Milan scored it. But I thought, but it's
no, but Raf, you're right because the Verona defense for the second goal was just standing around. Sepe made a save, and Teo Hernandez got the rebound, and 2 goals by him yesterday too, by the way. So that's pretty impressive. But he got the rebound and just buried it into the back of the net, and it seemed like everybody was just standing around waiting to see what was going to happen. Like, move. You gotta win against Milan coming up. Like, what's going on?
Man.
But anyway, listen, drop points are drop points. The standings remain with Milan in front, leading the pack with 27 points. Inter right behind them, 24 points in second. But we're a point behind them, along with Juve at 23. Sassuolo have 22. Roma with 21, with their thrashing of Bologna yesterday, 5-1. And Verona at 19, Atalanta 17, Lazio lose. So they're back there at 17. And Udinese, look at Udinese, who couldn't buy a win in the beginning with 13 points now, man. They're flying too. Super tight. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on what happened yesterday. And there are big matches coming up this week. Tomorrow, obviously, we have Inter. Sunday we have Lazio. The Inter one is going to be a very, very big one. Right. But hey, if you wanted to join, if you wanted to follow us even more, you saw our Twitter handles at the beginning. But here's our Twitter handles again. Raf Bizarro is at CNC USA 26 on Twitter. I'm at Rafa Napoli 83 on Twitter. On the ticker below, you'll see our clubs and our other projects. Far from Vesuvius. This is dubbed the official Far from Vesuvius video version of the podcast. We're gonna officially dub it the video version, which I think is cool because my work there and Ralph's work over there at CNC USA on Facebook. We work hard for you, the Napoli fans. So give us a follow. Here's our handles right down there on the bottom. Also subscribe to our YouTube page at the Raf and Raf Rant. And we also have a Facebook page for that too. So there's a lot going on, Raf. There's a lot going on.
Something there for everybody. Come in, come hard. We do this for you guys. This is our joy. So
I just have to get a cool background like yours. It looks like you're right at the San Paolo. And look at that omen. That's a Napoli Sampdoria background too. Look at that.
It is.
What a nice way to start this project by putting that banner up for the good vibes, the good omen for Napoli.
You know it. All right. But EL, got the EL drawings today?
Yes, sir. Rafa? Yes, sir. I was awake.
I didn't wake up.
No, I was up, man.
You're a good man.
I wake up.
I'm not a morning guy.
6:30 in the morning. I was up, ready to go. Well, I had not the laptop, but I had the iPad on my torso while I was laying back on my pillow, and
all good.
and the headphones in because the fiance was still sleeping. So but I watched the draw, and Napoli draw a Granada from Spain, from La Liga, and it's another La Liga squad. Listen, they're from La Liga, so it's a tough draw. I don't care who says what. Everybody could say anything they want about how, they're in 7th. They're having a pretty tough time right now. Their last 5, I think they're 2 wins, or they're two losses, a win and a draw, or something like that.
Yeah, they're about in 7th place now, but Rafa, 6 teams in these UEFA tournaments. Let's show the boys and girls at home.
Let's do it.
What were the drawings this morning? There we are.
So Juventus in the Champions League, Juventus draw Porto, Lazio, big. I don't know, Lazio, big one. Bayern Munich.
That's. Atalanta's not any better.
Look at you on the 17th. Look at you, Lazio, Bayern Munich on my birthday, March 17th, and then Atalanta, Real Madrid. Now listen, Real Madrid. I feel like they're starting to find their footing. You know what I mean? Atalanta, they won 3-0 against Fiorentina. Fiorentina is not much to write home about today. But you know, Atalanta got the job done against Ajax, qualified to the next round, dropped Ajax into Europa League. Atalanta play Real Madrid. That's going to be a really tough one. I do want to talk really quick though about the Juve Porto match, because now also, well, okay, let's go onto the right hand side of the screen first. Napoli and Granada in the Europa League, Milan draw Red Star Belgrade, and Roma with Braga. So tough draws, but
yeah, man.
I mean, doable draws. I think in the Europa League, the Italians qualify throughout. What do you think, Ralph?
You know, I don't see why AC Milan should have trouble. Same goes for Roma. Roma are in great form. They're in excellent form. You know, the Champions League, you're going to see probably a hard time with Lazio and Atalanta, but the Europa League, we should do well. I mean, you know, you got the top 2 teams in there, or the top few teams from Italy. We got to make something happen. I don't care if it's CL or EL. We got to make the Italian teams got to make something happen, because even though I'm a Napoli fan, it's for everybody's benefit if all the teams do good.
Here's where we'll differ.
I know it. All right, listen.
I couldn't care less. I couldn't care any less. I mean, listen,
I always get this.
Listen, all honesty, if it's not Juventus, then I'll be happy if they.
Then you're good.
As far as they go, fine. The reason why I think it's a good idea, you know, to want these Italian teams to go farther is that they have to play in these jumbo, especially now, man. I don't know if you saw my Twitter account, but I worked out the amount of matches in the amount of days Napoli would have to play if they want to qualify. You know, we talked about how it might, you know, it levels out after the holidays, and I made that assumption. But it's hard, man. It's going to be hard, you know, and we have that. Juve have to play their Champions League game, and then and we play our Europa League game, and then after that we play each other. Then we have to play Atalanta, and a couple days after that, Atalanta have to play their Champions League game.
Right.
So it's jumbled for everybody, but you know, Napoli, I believe, it got a decent draw with Granada. I think they can qualify. You know, of the Spanish teams, I think this one was the one to draw against. And
I think Real Sociedad, I feel like probably one of the more difficult groups to face, team to face, and
yeah, absolutely,
we handled it. You know, it was tough. These Spanish teams
tough.
Are quick. They're
absolutely
quick, man. People kind of like said, we should have won that game. Listen, that was a tough game. It was pouring rain, but we made it. We made it through. We won the group. Enough said. Mission accomplished. Was it the prettiest? Who cares? We did the job. Now we got Granada. Listen, these guys, they sit in 7th place. We just played the first place team. It was a tough group, you know, and now we have Granada. They play a similar formation than Napoli does. We shouldn't have problems. We shouldn't have problems. Like, and not to knock Granada. Maybe we have a Granada fan out there watching. I don't know. But Napoli's a top tier team. We always have been. We need to move forward and win these games. And this is what we're expecting. I do not want a loss. I do not want, you know, I want these guys to work hard, and I want to beat this team, move forward, and win all of EL. That's just how I feel, and we'll see what happens. We shouldn't have trouble with this team. So I don't know. What do you think, Ralph?
Well, we shouldn't. We need to watch out for Luis Suarez. You know, the Colombian Luis Suarez. I just looked up their squad list, and I can't.
And Soledad, I think. Like that.
I think Soldado is the only guy I recognize there.
Soldado, I'm sorry.
You know, the Colombian Luis Suarez. I've heard of him too. Torrente is also a big name, but there's a lot of players here that I really don't know, but they're tough. They're a tough team. You know, Pepe Sanchez is a defender as well. I know of, but yeah. But you know, Don DiNapoli says we're easy street against Granada. I don't know, man. I you know, and those are the ones. You know, that could be tricky, man, because easy street, Bilbao was supposed to be easy street back in the Champions League qualifying when, the Michu happened, and that
Right.
it didn't turn out well for us, man. So listen, we have to approach the match like they are top La Liga squad. I know it's Granada. I know, the Pozzos used to own them. I think they sold them to like a Chinese consortium, sort of like a la Inter. But
right.
But this is they have something to prove too. We have something to prove because we need to establish ourselves as mainstays in Europe. We need to, if we're going to be Champions League, if we're going to be Champions League every year qualifying for the Champions League, competing in that competition, then we have to show our worth in the Europa League this season. We have to. And getting past Granada is very, very important. And I strongly believe every Italian team can get past Granada. It's going to be interesting if every Italian team gets past Granada, because by the time we have to play Roma and Milan, they have to play Europa League as well. So it's very congested. Like I said before, when I said that Napoli would have it easier in February, March, because things level out, I wasn't putting into perspective that, we're only in the 11th match of the season coming up. By the time Christmas comes, we'll only have 13 matches under our 14 matches under our belt instead of like 17, 18, sometimes 19. So they had to pack those fixtures in. And we are literally, if we're going to go all the way, we're going to play every 2-3 days. That's where our depth comes in again, remember, but moving on from that, we need to talk about Victor Osimhen.
Right. Speaking of depth, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Speaking of our depth, what we are missing, and Andrea Petagna himself admitted that we are missing Victor Osimhen in our squad. The goal scorer, the match winner. He says we're missing Osimhen. So when is he coming back, Ralph? I read something today that they're hoping for him to come back before Christmas. So now if I'm going to take that into context, they're looking at the match before Christmas. So after the Inter and Lazio match, I believe it's
on the 23rd.
On the 23rd. It's
the 21st? No, the 23rd.
No, it's the 23rd. I just don't remember who it was against. But yeah. So Victor Osimhen is still out, still recovering, but I did read an article today that they are looking at him to hopefully return before Christmas, but a doctor spoke to Kiss Napoli today and said that Victor's feeling better day by day. He goes, there's no mystery injury. There's no hidden injury. There's not an exceptional case. They had a consultation with his doctors who confirmed the diagnosis of the Nigerians medical staff that it was just a separation. But he said that a lot of the fact that he is, out is psychological as well. He's a young kid. He's 21. It was an injury that put him out, and he's psychologically kind of back, which could mean, can he handle this? Can he not handle this? You know what I mean? It's a little concerning, but at the same time, I really feel that he's a young kid. He's going to come back. Ralph, you mentioned yesterday after I left that he might need some time to come back and, find his full form. I disagree with that, Ralph. Here's why. Is because what he sat out from March to October from COVID, or late September, whenever it is that we restarted this. And, COVID had him sidelined because the French league stopped playing. And he came on the second half against Parma in the first match and seemed like he didn't skip a beat. Now, he didn't have to deal with an injury, but he did sit and he was rusty. But a rusty Osimhen won us that match and showed us his worth. So, Ralph, that's my take on Osimhen. Hopefully he returns by Christmas. If it means having him 110% to come back after Christmas, I'm okay with that too. What are your thoughts?
Ralph, here's the deal. So can he return? Listen, this guy's a young guy. They're going to bounce back. Thankfully, it wasn't like a knee or an ACL or like an ankle somewhere, that he injured his most valuable assets there. It was the shoulder. He can bounce back. Now, there was a lot of stupid talk in the thing that the Nigerian doctors injured him further, and then he's going to be out for months. I think we've seen this in the past. Was it Sal that he had a shoulder injury?
Oh, no, it was Kidikas who had a really bad shoulder injury.
Right.
He separated his shoulder. Yeah.
But
Same
here's
injury.
the deal. But here's the deal. Victor was in training almost a week after he got injured, even though it was like more therapeutic.
He's still training.
Wasn't as hard. He's still training, right? So, I think he'll bounce back. Obviously, will it be quicker than most? Yes, especially because it's a shoulder and not a leg injury. But the fact that he's going to be out for more than a month, it doesn't matter how old you are. You're gonna lose a step or two. All right, and I'm not saying that it's going to take months to get back. Obviously not. However, it's going to take him, I think, a game or two at least to come back and just try to be in full match form and to gain his confidence. He might come out there a little nervous in the beginning, not wanting to re-injure anything. We got a lot of hack jobs in this league right now because Napoli is so fast. They're going to be grabbing them. They're going to be doing things. And we've been seeing a lot of that lately because we're so fast. So, we had somebody comment about let him heal. I agree. Let him heal. Let him come back in. Maybe he subs in the first game. I'll let Gattuso decide what he wants to do. Only he knows. They're talking to each other. But when will he return? The full Osimhen, when will return? If he returns in December for the game is one thing. When are we going to see the Osimhen? I really think it's going to be sometime in January, mid-January. And I'm okay with that. Like I said yesterday, we've always had problems in the second half. Now, with the bench that we have and with our star striker coming back, he's going to get hot right away. This guy must be sitting there super hungry, ready to come back on the field and give it his all. We might see some great things in the second half of the season from Napoli. We're a second half team. We're going to be a second half season team as well. So
that match that we met, yeah, you're right, man. But that match that we mentioned on the 23rd is against Torino at the Maradona. So I don't know, man. Like it's either we wait for him to come back against Cagliari on the road on the 3rd, or we have him play one match and then go to Christmas and then come back and what have you. But either way, yeah,
January, big month.
January is a big month because
what happens in January.
The transfer window ended late for us in the summer, spilled into the fall. But don't look now because in a few days there's going to be another transfer window, and it's in January. So here's one of the players that we are looking at, and it's Mattias Zaccagni, which. I mean, listen, I haven't had a real chance to watch him play for Verona because I haven't really seen much of Verona. But let me tell you something, okay? What I'm hearing from everybody about this Zaccagni kid and what I've seen as far as his stats and his profile goes, I'm all in, man. Especially if, you see what happened when we lost a guy like Osimhen. Petagna had to step up. Petagna himself is getting accustomed to Napoli. Mertens is taking the role back also every now and then. Now, the thing with Zaccagni is that he would most likely be a January purchase, but remain on loan at Verona, like Ramani did, like the kid that went to Fiorentina did also. Amrabat, they were bought and purchased, and like Petagna was when he stayed with Spal, they were bought and purchased, but they were remained with their clubs on loan, and that's most likely what's going to happen with Zaccagni. But regardless, Napoli bring in a young kid like Zaccagni who's on fire. When you team Petagna, Osimhen, and Zaccagni, and then have Mertens. Because he's signed for 2-3 years, right? Now Mertens stays on the squad and takes care of the area that he has to take care of and doesn't even need to worry about the striker position. Right. Everybody playing where their strengths are. Watch out, man. Napoli are building right now for the Champions League for next season, and that's an absolute guarantee. Kid is 25 years old. Let me just read off a few of what he's been doing here. He's got You know what? I don't have the stats in front of me.
It's all right. He's got a nice haircut.
What I read before. Oh, okay. Here's a bit of info. He's got a market value of 9.1 million euros. So at 25 years old, and his contract currently expires in June 2022. So at 25 years old, you're looking at maybe, if Verona want to hike it up a bit, maybe 14, 15 mil. That's still a really decent number for somebody like Zaccagni, who scored a bunch of goals and really impressed with Verona. You got to give credit to Juric and Verona, too. They lost a lot of key players, and they're still up there, man. They're top 10.
Yeah, no, they did great the other day.
So, I don't know if you want to chime in on Zaccagni, but he's an option. He's an option for next season. And again, like I said, looks like Napoli are getting ready to beef up for next year.
Here's the deal, though. I like Zaccagni. I know this kid. He has good vision. He has great ball handling. He can pass the ball. He can shoot the ball. But here's the thing. I feel like it's another Zielinski almost. Zielinski's on fire. I want him to be our super titolari. So, where does Zaccagni fit in, being that he's an attacking midfielder? I'm not sure. Now, that doesn't say that we may sell somebody else, or we may lose somebody else, or God forbid we lose somebody to an injury. If he comes in January, how much playing time is he going to get on the field? Like, where do we fit him in? I'm not 100% sure. Considering Deme is doing great, Bakayoko is really doing great, Zielinski's really doing great. Where do you fit Zaccagni? But here's the deal. What if we sell Fabian Ruiz at the end of the year? And I'm going to get into more of that in another topic soon. But what if we sell him at the end of the year, which maybe we could? What if we sell Lobotka at the end of the year? I don't know. If we're going to bring on another midfielder, all right, and we haven't even gotten into Messi yet. If we're going to bring on another midfielder, where is he going to fit? I'm not sure if we need this piece. But if we do get this piece, we got to sell somebody else. We can't have that many midfielders sitting on the bench right now, So I would prefer, more of a striker, maybe like a secondary striker, or maybe we're definitely going to need a defenseman. So I hope we can look at that. There's the name Zappa running around, young Italian right back. He looks really good. He can help on offense. He'll certainly can help on dispossession. And Napoli being by the way, Napoli is the top dispossessing team in Serie A. So shout out to the defense. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Koulibaly and Manolas. I'm going to get quick off topic. One of the best defensive pairs in Italy. If not,
it was designed. When Manolas joined. Yeah, that was what everyone was saying. This is going to be the deadliest center back duo in not just Italy, in Europe, in the world. And
they are.
And we're seeing it. We've seen it more after the lockdown, and now in this season, I think we're seeing that. Yeah. But here's the thing: is where does that leave Messi? Like you said, because obviously Messi's coming to Napoli. And Kevin Prince Boateng said it all. I don't have to say anything else. Mm-hmm. The storybook ending to Messi's career is if he were to come to Napoli and win with Napoli. He did it at Barcelona. Go to Napoli and do it. Now, here's my thing, okay? This is all just okay. Sal Di Brita, I want to mention this really quick, and then we'll go back into Messi. I'd be okay with selling Lobotka. Might even be okay with Fabian. He's too streaky. Well, Sal, listen. Fabian, for me, sold. Get him out. See you later. Thank you. Listen, I tried sticking up for the guy. I'll continue to stick up for the guy when I see him do really good things, but he is not working out, and we can still get a really good value for him. Really, really good. But you said, selling Lobotka, whatever. Another question is Bakayoko. He is straight loan and may go back to wherever he came from, Chelsea. He may go back to Chelsea. So, bringing in Zaccagni, maybe bringing in Messi makes a lot of sense. But the thing is with Messi is way too much money. And I know he'd be coming on a free because his contract is up and he wants to leave. So he'd be coming on a free. But he's going to cost us way too much money. He's 34. Okay, Zlatan at Milan, Ronaldo, blah, blah, blah. But listen. Number one, way too much money. Number two, you can't have number 10. Sorry, you can't have it. Number three, he's got an Adidas deal, which Lorenzo Insigne has an Adidas deal too, so that's not that big a deal. But wouldn't you rather, because now news since we've, designed the show has come about that we could get Papu Gomez in January to come for January.
Hey, my God, so much going on, man.
So now think about it. You got Zaccagni, which would be a great purchase for the future. You got Messi, who, he's the greatest right now. You know what I mean? And yeah, can make Napoli better. Yes, I'm not saying he won't. Obviously, a guy like Messi would make Napoli better. But are you bringing a Papu Gomez who's going to be way cheaper, wants to leave, needs to leave Atalanta because him and Gasperini got into it, and can join a team that will be in the Champions League next year, most likely, but it's looking like it. Where do you go? Do you take that chance and sign Messi? Because here's another thing, Ralph, and then I'll turn it to you really quick.
Sure.
Okay. Cristiano Ronaldo came to Juventus not to win 8, 9, and 10 Scudetto. He came to Juventus to win the Champions League. And if they don't do it this season, the only way Juventus keeps Ronaldo is if Messi comes to Italy. And that's obviously going to be either Inter or Napoli. Because then Ronaldo's gone, man, if they don't win the Champions League this year. Now, you spent all this money on Cristiano Ronaldo. How many hundreds of millions? Was it worth it? If Messi comes to Napoli and doesn't win anything, was it worth it? And now we are in a position to where we're screwed because we don't own our stadium. We have to pay that out. We don't get 100% of those gate receipts where Juventus do. Right. This has left Juventus kind of, in a COVID, you know what I'm saying?
Rafa, listen.
Napoli. It'll kill Napoli.
Listen, Rafa, ADL had said that he had an opportunity to buy Ronaldo, I believe, when I'm not sure how much
you're 100% right. Yes.
And he was thinking like, listen, I buy Ronaldo now, I'm bankrupt next season. Then what? Then we're back to square one. And I didn't want that. Now, Messi, he can bring so much to the team, obviously. Besides his skill, just his, his fame and fortune. I'm sure his jersey sales alone will kind of repay for what he wants. But this is what I'm saying. If we get a big sale in the form of Fabian Ruiz, where we get this super inflated value, I think Messi's salary right now is about 26 million, I guess, with bonus. It's a lot of money, but is it worth it? Like you said, and me being with my Gemini personality, half of me says yes, half of me says no. The yes part of me says, hey, listen, this is Lionel Messi. He's a big name. He can bring recognition to the team. He can I don't want to say put Napoli on the map. We are on the map, but he'll put a big spotlight on our portion of the map, which is nice. We'll get another big name. Everybody's asking for this, quote unquote top player. But with the skill alone, I'm sure he can help distribute in the midfield because we have the speed. We have the youth that'll be around him that can kind of take care of that and score goals. If he can feed our young guys, he can do a lot. But for that price tag, it's like, if we don't get anything out of it, it's going to suck. Now, here's the deal. With Messi, with all the great things, also comes baggage. It's a lot. It's a lot. And if we know anything about ADL and Napoli, nobody's bigger than ADL and Napoli. That's just kind of the way he plays things. And considering that even Edison Cavani was at a free transfer this year and he wanted just $10 million. For $10 million, ADL turned down Cavani. Everybody was trying to wheel and deal with Cavani in Italy. It was stupid, okay? For $10 million, we could have got probably a guaranteed goal scorer and a veteran on our bench to help our youth go along. We didn't even do that. So how do you expect to get Lionel Messi for, 30? He's not lowering his contract. No way is Messi lowering his contract because Man City or some English team can come in and buy the PSG. Who knows? Can come in and pay that man's salary, no problem. He doesn't need to lower it. If Edison didn't do it, Lionel's not going to do it. All right? So I don't think we're going to get him. I'll be honest. And with Zaccagni on there and the way our team is going, I'm not sure if we really need him. So,
well, Ralph, let me respond to that really quick. Edinson was at a different point in his career with when he was with Napoli. He knew that he had the value that he had and that he would make that money. You know what I'm saying? Messi is at a different point in his career. Messi doesn't need to make millions and millions of dollars anymore. You know what I mean? He's very good position in his life right now.
Okay.
You know, I think it would be a sentimental move. I think Messi would do it to try to prove a point. And I think that if he does come, he would take a lesser cut, you know, in his wages. I think so. I think that Messi's that type of person that would do that. However,
I doubt it.
Well, I mean, I have a hunch that
I doubt it.
especially
Why
now
would
that
he?
Maradona passed away, and he wants to try to live up to his legacy. And it's Napoli.
But does he really?
I mean, listen. I think the best way Messi could do that without winning a World Cup is going to Napoli and winning a Scudetto or two and some silverware in Europe, especially Champions League. That's why I think, man. I think.
Well, you know what? Well, Rafa, that kind of brings us up to our next topic, right? I mean, what do Napoli need to take the next step? What do we need?
Okay, and I was talking about this with my fiance and Rocco, with Ali and Rocco.
Okay.
Right. And
shout out to the kids. I want to say hello.
Hope
they're watching.
Thank you. What's
all
up,
right.
Rocco?
And Ali too.
And Paulie too. What's up, Paulie?
Paul, hey, to the kids and to the lady, hello.
Dog, Bubba, you know, and
to the dog, to the whole Respo crew, mom, dad, no. Hello. And hi to my mom too. I hope she's watching. Probably not, but
and I hope everybody's well and has happy holidays and safe and Merry Christmas. Anyway, 100%. Rocco and Ali asked me the same question that you're asking me right now. What do Napoli need to take the next step? Napoli do need the big name, the presence. I think Napoli needs a figure like Leo Messi. I think they can get that in Papu Gomez. Papu Gomez has become some sort of a cult hero, I feel. You know, he with the Papu dance, and he's very popular on Instagram, and he's you know, dynamic, and he's up there in age a little bit, but he's not as old as Messi is. And he'd be cheaper, and he'd be great. And I think Napoli need something like that. They need a worldwide name to come to, not like, you know what I mean? And trust me, I really love the fact that Napoli plays so well with, let's face it, players that are lesser known. If I get a guy who comes in here that watches Chelsea and he's like, "Oh, who's on Napoli?" and I say Kalidou Koulibaly, and he's like, Lorenzo Insigne? Oh yeah. Dries Mertens? Hamsik played with us? Yeah. You know, it sucks, but you know what? We still compete. We're still up in there. You know, we still finish high in the table. We're still presence in Europe every now and then. But we do need that name, I think. I think we need that big player, that big game player, you know, that's going to complement Gattuso's style, but also bring awareness to the club. And I believe Papu Gomez is it. As far as what we need is a little bit of depth. I mean, we have the depth, don't get me wrong, but a little bit of adding to the depth that we already have. I think we need another midfielder of some sort. I think we need help on the wings in the defense, because to me, that's important. You know, Di Lorenzo has been playing every single minute. Husai's been out with COVID, and with Mario Rui and Gulam back to playing, I feel like Husai could have been a little bit of help for Di Lorenzo, because Husai normally is a right back. You know what I mean? He's been playing left back because, you know, we've had issues at left back, but I think we need one more of those there, you know, and, you know, once Ramani comes back, hopefully he can start helping us out with this crazy fixture, you know, schedule that we have coming up. You know, but that depends on their COVID tests. And last I remember that it was supposed to be negative. Yeah,
they should be all right.
That they had become negative. It was positive again, but they did another test. It was negative, so they'll be back, but they have to wait another week. This and that.
Who knows?
So
anymore.
Once Napoli have like their whole structure together, they could be unstoppable, if you ask me. But
Rafa, I'm gonna go to the chat here with our viewers. Don Napoli says it's a mental transformation more than a marquee player. Both would be insane. I agree with Don here. I'm gonna take his lead here. Napoli, as far as like a big signing, big names, big this, big that. What does big represent? What does big represent to you? Do we have a name that's super popular that's going to give us clout? Responding to what you said, Rafa. They didn't know Hamsik, they didn't know this guy, they didn't know Koulibaly. The reason is because, and this is why I love doing this, is because I want to finally give Napoli some damn clout and some damn credibility, because I'm sick of going on to all these other different like media outlets, and it's the same fucking names all the time. The Milans and the Inters and the Juves, and this year was Atalanta. It's like, why are we treated like the redheaded stepchild? I want to know. You know what I'm saying? We did plenty. Now, did we win a hardware? Do we need to win a trophy? Yes, we 100%. And so if to take the next step, we need a damn trophy. I need a trophy. We need a trophy in our closet, whether it be the Scudetto, whether it be the Europa League, the Copas. Okay, we won a couple, a couple Coppa Italias. That's fine. And I don't want to I don't want to, I don't want to, and I'm gonna get up close and personal here. I don't want to go up and knock the Coppa Italia, but how much is it worth? Let's keep it real. How much is the Coppa Italia worth? We need to start winning trophies. And like our viewer said, we need this winning mentality. You can't approach these Europa League games or these games against these small teams and lollygag along and think it's all good. It's not. It's not. We need to win. We need to win big. We need a trophy. We need to validate all the hard work that De Laurentiis and the team has done and finally win a trophy. And will it come in the form of a Messi or a big name? I don't know. I think we have the team. The one thing we needed the most was a bigger bench and more depth. Sorry, I always have trouble announcing that. Depth, yes. What we need the most is that, and we have it. There's no excuses this year. I know Gattuso's a little green as a coach. However, he's doing all right. He seems to be growing game by game, getting better. Our players seem to be gelling. When one guy's not doing so well, we have another guy that can come in. Politano, great player. Didn't do so well yesterday. Hey, Gattuso said, come off, put in Lozano, won the game with Patena, the guy who's so slow and big, and Lozano. Okay, we got what we need. We need to start using our asses, take advantage of what we have, and win some games, win some trophies. And if we get a big name, fine, but that guy got to come in, because nobody's bigger than SSC Napoli, and that's the way I feel.
Well, I mean, you have a point. You do. You have a point. It's just that I feel like Napoli's been missing something for a long time, and
consistency, Rafa. They're missing consistency.
They are missing consistency, but I mean, you
gotta
be
play the whole season
mediocre, but still win matches. You don't have to play this beautiful football all the time to win matches.
No.
The point is winning. I'll tell you right now, a win against Inter and Lazio, and it's a mentality shift, and that's. I just had a come to Jesus moment. That's what we need. We need the mentality that we are going to be good enough and win. Sal says Coppa Italia is good enough, but I'm sorry.
Sorry, go on. My bad.
No, that's okay. But we're missing. Coppa Italia is good, but not good enough. We're missing a few pieces, but this team can wield silverware. That nobody scoffs at. Well, listen, people scoffing at silverware. Listen, Napoli, people scoffing at silverware is probably an Inter or Juve or Milan. Christopher Estrada says, with the momentum we're in, do you think it's a matter of time before we can come in first? I'll answer that in a minute. Sal, I wouldn't scoff at any trophy, not even the Super Coppa, because Napoli are not the team that have room to scoff at a trophy. Fans of SSC Napoli are not allowed to be like, meh, I don't want another Coppa Italia. I'd rather, no. I want to win 6. I want to win 7, 8, 9, and 10 Coppa Italia from now to 2024. I want to win the Super Coppa so bad against Juventus on the 20th. It's killing me. I want those trophies too. Yes, we have to win Europa League. Yes, we have to win Scudetto. We should absolutely answering the next question, yes, I feel like we can take first place this season. I think it can happen. It's not out of the realm of possibility. A win against Inter, we're in second place. Milan slip up in their match against I don't know who. And we're what? What are we? 2 points out after that?
Couple points out.
Listen, it can happen. It can happen. It can happen. But do not roll your eyes at a championship that we win, whether it's Coppa Italia, Supercoppa, or what have you. We need to keep winning silverware. Every season, there's 1 or 2 teams that win a title, and we need to be one of those 2 teams. That's it. Every season.
That's it.
And that's the end of my rant.
Awesome. Well, moving along then, Rafa.
Moving along now then. Sorry. I get so heated. And I love
I
Sal.
get it. That's why it's called the Raf and Raf rant. This is what we get to do.
Sal is my man. Sal won. Ralph, I'm going to tell you a story. Sal Di Brito won the Far From Vesuvius contest and won Barcelona tickets in back when we went to the match.
When we had the exhibition match. Awesome. Congratulations.
He dropped everything, took his buddy and got in the car and drove from Jersey.
Love it.
And we announced the winner like 2 days before, and he made it happen.
Love it.
And
Love
Sal, shout out to you, buddy.
Shout out to Sal, guys. Thank you for participating, by the way. Let me just get that in there. And
yes, hope everything's
sees
going
this
well.
video, come on live, man. This is the place to rant. We want to let you have your 2 cents, and we want to show it. We want to respond to it. So for all the viewers out there, get on in the action live, man. This is what it's about. No other place like this exists. Please come visit us. Hit the subscribe. Come see us. Come to the Far From Vesuvius. Come into my group, the Calcio Napoli Club USA. I run it with Giuseppe De Angelis. He comes on every now and then. Come through. Come hard.
I believe I'm an admin now, too, aren't I?
All right, yes, sir, you are.
Yeah.
But on to the rapid fire, Rafa.
On to rapid fire. Let's do it.
Bing.
All right. Rapid
Take
fire.
it away, Rafa.
Quick. Napoli will stand in front of Coni on Tuesday, December 22nd. That's a week from tomorrow, to present their case in the appeal to overturn the decision made to hand them a 3-0 loss against Juventus in the courts and overturn a 1-point penalty. At this point, Ralph, are you happy if we settle with the one or the other? Do we need both? And if we're denied, can we take it? We can take it to the civil courts if we're denied. Right. But a point back to us would be big. Both would be even bigger. But, when the hell do we reschedule for that match?
They can find time.
Ralph, what say you? What do you think?
Well, real quick, they can find time. You can put it on the tail end of the season if you want. You could have extended the season. You can do anything you want. I think we're going to go to civil court. I think the league's going to screw us. They always have. But if we lose, if we don't get the game back, fine. Give us our damn point back, though. That was freaking unnecessary. We didn't not go to Juve because we didn't feel like it. It was a freaking pandemic going on.
Here's the thing, Ralph. You said that the league screwed us. The league already did screw us.
Yeah. So why stop now?
Well, now it's CONI. CONI is the Olympic Committee in Italy,
fine,
and they oversee all of it. So
yeah,
they can. I mean, expect a disappointing result. Expect it.
All right.
But it's possible that they give us the 1 point back and say, look, we just can't reschedule.
Yeah.
We can't guarantee a reschedule. Well, here's the thing, is that if the match is rescheduled, it would have to be after the Europa League final, Champions League final, because if Napoli and Juve go all the way in those competitions, there's no time to reschedule this match. I've done it. Check out my Twitter account. Again, at RafaNapoli83. I put it in there. There is literally zero time to do it. Zero.
Moving along.
A lot of people were worried about our mini goal scoring drought, but we found ourselves back to our scoring ways. In fact, Napoli have scored 26 goals in Serie A, second in the league behind our next opponents on Wednesday, Inter, who have 29. If we're counting 11 matches, technically, because we've played 11 matches, it's the third best start in terms of goals scored in the first 11, only having scored more in 1957-58, which was 30, and in 2017-18, which was 32. Realistically, we've only played 10, but it would remain the same third behind 57-58, who scored 27 after 10, and 17-18, who scored 29 after 10. Also, we have the highest scoring bench in the league with 6 goals off the bench. Ralph, I mean, people were talking about our goal scoring droughts. We can't score.
What is there to say?
Score. There's nothing left to say.
I plead the fifth.
Here's another really quick one. We also have the best goal differential in the league with a plus 15 with 11 goals scored. Now, mind you, that's counting the 3 that the league took upon themselves to score against us. Full campo, it's a plus 18 with 8 goals against. Best in the league.
Rafa, I plead the fifth. Nothing to say. We're getting better. Avanti così. We're gonna get even better. Watch. Our star striker hasn't even been playing yet. Don't forget that. So
that's it. It's without our star
striker. Goals are coming from all different places right now.
And it's gonna keep coming.
I'll be fine. I think we'll
Sampdoria gave a really nice tribute to Diego Maradona. Sampdoria's owner Massimo Ferrero, manager Claudio Ranieri, and Fabio Quagliarella paid tribute to Diego by visiting the memorial at the Stadio Diego Maradona, the murals and everything like that. Ranieri was the manager Ranieri was the manager of Napoli the season after Maradona's last campaign in Naples, which was in 1991. Ranieri managed in 91-92. Sampdoria is the team that won the Scudetto the season Maradona left. So it was a little bit of a nice like happenstance that it was Sampdoria that came with Ranieri and Quagliarella, homegrown boy. You know, it was really cool to see Insigne and Quagliarella, high-fiving each other or pounding each other at the beginning as the captains of each team. I thought that was a really nice touch. And bravo Sampdoria for your tribute to Diego Maradona.
Thanks, sir. You don't have to be Fabio Quagliarella, by the way, as Napoli Don was there. So
absolutely,
he was a big influence on him. He said that. But all in all, you don't have to be a Napoli Don to respect Maradona. He was everybody. He was the world's player. So, but shout out to Sampdoria for showing their respect. Shout out.
Well, continuing on the Maradona train here, ANSA, the Italian national news agency, has presented ideas to hold a Triangle of Peace friendly match in Naples in the spring between Italy, Argentina, and England. The idea is to bring Argentina and England together, 2 nations that were at war 30 years ago, who actually developed a sporting rivalry because of Maradona and the Hand of God goal in 1986. It is said that Italy would be the neutral peacemakers. This would obviously be in memory of Diego Maradona, and the sporting minister Spadafora has said that it's a real possibility and will work with the Neapolitan Council to try and arrange this. I mean, Ralph, the fixture lists are so crazy, and then we have Euro. Somewhere in the middle there, they could probably do it, but I really think that also mentioned were friendlies between Napoli and Boca Juniors, which I think is a lot more likely.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. I don't know so much about
Brita. Can you put that Sal Di Brita?
Sure.
This is brilliant, Sal. I love it. The Coppa Maradona. Napoli, Boca, Argentinos, Sevilla, Barcelona.
Why not?
I mean,
sounds great.
How much more of a epic preseason friendly tournament can you get there?
Yeah.
Every year they should have this. Every single year.
Every year. Good job, Sal. You should
I love it.
Consider being a marketing manager for these teams or something like that,
Absolutely. Sal, frig.
I'm for it. I'm for it.
And again, touching on Maradona, but segueing into some really sad news. We learned last week of the sudden passing of the Italian legend Paolo Rossi, who died at the age of 64 of cancer that was not very publicized. They kept it very private. World Cup winner in 1982. When speaking of his passing, Paolo Rossi's wife, Federica, said that Paolo, in his last days, was absolutely floored at the news of Maradona's passing and was, quote, sobbing like a baby. Federica went on to say she knows that there together in heaven right now. And it makes me a little emotional because I see the pictures of Diego and Paolo together when they played the World Cup. They took a picture together in 1982. They played the match against each other. And the World Cup in 1982 is special to me because I was born 9 months after that. So I'm absolutely certain that I'm a product of the 82 World Cup. And I follow that quite closely. So
I'm not going to touch that one.
Listen, this was extremely tough to deal with. Maradona was painful, but Paolo Rossi was also very, very, very touching. And I just want to say
it's just been a tough year, Rafa. And
2020 has been a terrible year.
Been a rough
terrible
year, man.
Not totally terrible for some of us because I feel like we've really kind of got a foothold on this this forum. We've created, it allowed us time to think and create.
Right. Yeah, take the good out of the bad.
We've lost way too many people, Ralph, in 2020 for it to be a good year. We really have. We also won a Coppa Italia, so that last but not least, Ralph, if Gennaro Gattuso isn't the toughest son of a bitch in all calcio, then I don't know who is, man. This guy in the Europa League match against Real Sociedad in an actual monsoon didn't even come out in a jacket. He had a freaking long sleeve, what looked like to be turtleneck shirt, something I have.
It was like a champion sweater.
Yeah. And was squinting all match. And I thought maybe it was a visibility thing. But however, it was actually due to the effects that he still feels from when he suffered a terrible eye injury back in 2011 when he collided with his Milan teammate then, Alessandro Nesta, and suffered something called, ready for this, a sixth cranial palsy, which is a disorder that causes dysfunction of the cranial nerve that controls eye movement. Then, at that time, he stated that he would rather play with one eye than retire. And on Sunday, to treat it, he just threw a pair of what looked like to be reading glasses on and went right back out there and said, "Yep, I'm fine." Come on, Raf.
Well, they don't make them like that anymore. We can certainly say that.
Come on, man. But, if this guy isn't the right fit for us, I mean, then I don't really know what is. Later on, though, he said that he's convinced that the boys in the dressing room wake up spitting on photos of him. Man, and because of the tough love, you know what I mean? And
I get it. Yeah, but it seems to be working. So it seems to be working. See, Fenimeri yellow cards all around. Oh yeah, that was the last game. It was true. He got in that guy's face too. But
absolutely. Hey. And you can't tell me it's a coincidence that Insigne, ever since Ancelotti was sacked and Gattuso comes in, that Insigne doesn't have that Gattuso fire and bullish tactics and attitude. You know what I mean? I really like it's funny because when Ancelotti signed with Napoli, he said he wanted to work with Insigne really bad. But I think Gattuso coming in has brought the real Insigne out, has brought an attitude out of this guy, man. And it's a great thing to see. And Gattuso, you are the toughest man in all of calcio, bar none. I
don't want to get into a fight with him.
No, I don't think anyone does. Well, that's going to do it, Ralph. I think that's it. Were we boring enough for you?
I don't know. I think we were great. I hope everybody. I had a good time.
Yeah. Readers, let us know how boring we were.
Yeah.
Don't forget Inter on Wednesday. Big match. We need to win that one. Huge match. Yeah. And then Lazio on the weekend. We are finito. We're out of here. For Raf, I'm Raf. We'll see you next time.
That was it. Guys, Forza Napoli, be good. We'll see you next week. Ciao.
Forza Napoli. Ciao, ciao.
All right. Hold on. Give me a second here, guys. Be good, all right?